I'd say there was a lot of things, and we'll let some. I mean, Drew off the air. This is how prepared and good we are at live content, guys. Drew asks me a question off the air. I start to answer it on the air, so you guys know exactly what's going on. But Drew was talking about how sloppy that last drive was. The whole game was kind of sloppy.
Yeah.
Mahomes had some nice, like the nice play he made to get that touchdown, and not a lot of people can probably make that kind of play. And he had the nice sidearm, but at the same time, like the overthrow that hits a guy right in the helmet that turns into an underbacker's dream, a 7-minute drive that ends in an end zone
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah.
The only better thing would have been if that guy had fallen to like the 1 yard line.
But then the quick
Quick
turnaround,
turnaround.
pick,
Yep.
and then
Quick
touchdown.
turnaround.
So it was a fair result, I thought. First half under bettors get a win. There were 24 points scored. The first half total was 26.5, I believe.
Yeah.
And the first half Giants backers get a win. First half, we were looking for KC minus 6.5. Did not get there. Giants, I thought we're going to do kind of the typical Giants thing where they move the ball effectively 20-20 and then stumble and struggle and trip on their own dicks, ultimately getting a field goal twice. Happened once. The other time they went for it on fourth down. Nice little misdirection play to get to get the ball to Kyle Rudolph and the touchdown on fourth down. I don't know that I have a strong read in the second half, other than I like what I'm seeing from Kansas City more than I like what I've seen from the Giants. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, the Giants had the one drive. It was actually, you know what?
10-1 for this guy. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
It was nice from the standpoint of the underthrown long ball working all the. Actually, that guy caught the ball, which if you have a Daniel Jones over prop, that was a big win for you as far as the results, because a lot of people would probably not have caught that ball, especially as how heavily he was interfered with. I don't like the refs. This ref crew I generally hate, but I don't think they've called anything egregious. Like
No.
these holding calls have been just blatant, where you're watching the play and then your eyes track to the back judge, like waiting for him to reach to his pocket. Like, like he should probably throw this. So like, that what Kansas City done has been much better. Kansas City had 3 very nice drives. One just happened to end in a pretty gross, and one was fairly short. So maybe we'll combine those two. We'll call it two cumulative good drives. One good one, and then one good one ending in disaster, and a short one ending in the end zone as well. So, like, Kansas City's looking better, but they're still not on pace. Their first half team total was 17. If you want to get down to it, I mean, they're still behind what the market thinks they should be doing.
Yeah,
This total
Mahomes is 117 yards passing. They're basically like, okay, take the easy stuff. And he's taking it, but they're not getting much out of that.
He has 27 attempts.
27 attempts. Yeah. Wow.
That's a lot. Like, there's a lot of quarterbacks in the league where that's like average for their game. Like Bridgewater's is like 19 for the first few games there.
Yeah.
The way they were using Jameis, RIP, early in the season, he averaged like 17 attempts. Or maybe it was his completions were down there too. It was 27 is a lot of times to throw the ball, but they, outside of Derek Gore, who obviously everyone knew was going to be a star, and they just haven't had a ton of success up the gut. I guess they really made it work on that one drive. How have they had so many plays? Like, I'm just like that's I guess
because they're doing it the hard way.
They're Dr. Eric Eager crossing the street 100 times. To get there. They've had 41 plays for 180 yards.
Oh my God.
4.4 yards per play. The Giants 6.6, obviously assisted by a couple of longer ones. But yeah, even the stuff that there's Tyreek got a catch. Tyreek's getting 10-yard catches instead of these 35-yarders. And obviously both with one turnover. Big possession, time of possession advantage, obviously, for 41 plays and 15 first downs. Jesus.
Derek Gore's got a little pop. He's got a little something. Yeah. Louisiana Monroe's own Derek Gore. Hat tip to our friend Eric Park for the joke. Frank Gore's grandson, Derek Gore. Sounds about right. Did the is there any truth that the Titans reach out to Frank Gore about the running back position before they signed Adrian Peterson?
Oh man, I made a joke about that this morning because somebody had a good point about how the Titans should actually go sign a wide receiver.
Yeah,
and base your offense around the pass. You're not going to replace what Derrick Henry brings. And someone said they probably won't, though. I think it was Clev TA said, well, they're not going to. They're dumb. They're stuck in their ways. They want to be a running team. They're going to go get a receiver. And I said I put a Adrian Peterson GIF, and then like an hour later it says that they've signed. I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. This was reality. Art imitates. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Art. Life imitates art.
Life imitates art. There we go. I couldn't get to where I was going at all. So the line here is Chiefs -3.5, 26.5. I have no feeling on this. I should just go to YouTube and put a poll up.
Well, the Giants get the ball first. It's important to note that the Giants lost Sterling Shepard. Did it look like he's going to be gone for the game based on how seriously he reacted there in that last drive? I think he might be done. Not getting much out of Kadarius Toney tonight. He has 1 of 119 yards passing, but only been targeted once for 5 yards. I would like to see him get more involved if I'm the Giants and I'm a fan of their team. Kansas City Chiefs, I think, do have some explosive plays up their sleeve. Mahomes probably should have had a second pick. The first one I wouldn't really say was his fault entirely.
The second one was bad,
and it didn't get.
Bradbury dropped that. He should have had it.
I want to take the Chiefs -3.5 here. It's up to +105 right now at this market maker. It's as good as you're going to get on the Chiefs at all season. I mean, the Giants are on a class. They're on a class below. The Chiefs are going to snap out of this at some point. And the fact that they're getting something out of their running game and Derek Gore at least has me a little bit more confident that if they take a 7 to 10 score lead into the fourth quarter, that they're going to be able to put it away and not live dangerously and not get backdoored here. So I'm an advocate for Chiefs -3.5 at +103. Andy, are you with me?
I'm going to poll the audience here. I'm making a poll in the chat.
Did you have a lean before? Did you have a lean before?
I played the over in this game once it got down to 52.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's not on pace, but it's
you kind of want Giants
close enough.
If you're on the over, you really would like to see the Giants keep this close, keep this competitive, because obviously the Chiefs are not going for the home runs. They're single.
I need Chiefs
bunt, single bunt.
Yeah, I need like 21-14 here in the second half to get that home. So I do need them to score. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't mind that.
Oh, you know who else agrees with me? The market. It's up to -104. I caught the bottom of that number. Nice. Although it has not been a good bellwether lately.
This is fun.
Catching the absolute best of the number did nothing for you if you had the Vikings last night. It did absolutely nothing for you if you had the Portland Trailblazers today. It did nothing for you if you had the Boston Celtics tonight.
Celtics fourth quarter.
Oh my God. Last time I looked, they were running away with this game and they lose with margin after a 39-11 fourth quarter. Oh,
the poll. I might do this every week. I should do this earlier. The poll says KC in the under so far. Those are the two most popular choices. So the chat agrees. So it's your fault. Give us a thumbs up. Vote in the poll if you're in the YouTube.
I will take ownership of this because I bet it personally. And so if it does not come through, it is all me. It's all me.
Here's the rub, guys.
Yeah.
When I am out on the boat, I'm not betting these. I can't. I keep saying I need to bring like an iPad out to do it. I always forget. When I'm sitting here at the office at my computer, I did bet this. So I'm in. Like I'm in.
All right. But that's the karma we
need. I'm in with you today. So maybe that's what turns this whole season around for us. The Giants. So here's the question to the chat. Who catches an 80-yard bomb for the Giants on the first drive?
Ooh, great question. Is it John Ross or Kadarius Toney? You know what? Actually, it'll be a screen to Toney that he scampers for 80, I think, or 75, because they'll be at the 25. Yeah, it'll be Kadarius Toney scampers for 75. Yeah. Well, that's a good point. The Chiefs have been doing these weird little bloopy kicks where they lands at the 5-yard line. So
which I think it's probably
or just Daniel Jones running himself. That's probably
Daniel Jones almost had an 80-yard run one time.
He almost did. It was actually almost a 90-yard run. I feel like he was at his own 10.
He was very
What
fast.
Team was that against?
The Giants were playing that game. Oof.
It was primetime.
Skins?
Philadelphia.
Football team?
I think it was
Philly. You're right. The thing is, like, he was doing the full Naruto run. Like, he was going so fast. I don't think he knew he could go that fast.
I did not know. He probably didn't either. Yeah, it's true. It's probably true.
When does ESPN release the Black Cat this year? It is Halloween weekend still, kind of.
That was against the Eagles, and it ended up being an 80-yard run, not a touchdown.
So it was an 80-yard run. It just could have been a 90-yard run.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. Danny Dimes, has he, I've been in and out. I've been watching a little basketball too, but like, has he thrown anything that you've seen that should have been picked? There was one that was kind of low.
Yes, Kevin.
It felt like a corner jumped it on the outside. It was close.
Yes.
I mean, he has thrown an interception.
What do you think?
That one was atrocious. That linebacker was standing right fucking there.
Do you think the Giants extend Dimes? Do you think they give him a 5th year?
What's the right choice? Because they'll just do the opposite of that.
The right choice is to start.
I'd let him play his 5th year without.
Well, they don't. They're not. This is his 3rd season, I want to say.
Yeah, you don't go do it before the 4th season then, or during the 4th season. You wait until the off season of the 4th, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's taken a meaningful step forward this year. I think if he was under a better coach, I don't know that I'm ready to totally give up on him. The offensive line has always been a problem, but he also has no awareness. So that's something that may follow him around forever. But you put him with, he's probably a mid-lane guy at best, and you put him with Jason Garrett, and you're going to get a team that struggles in the red zone and struggles in general. So
yeah, and it is funny that we're seeing Gore and Booker play pretty well from a couple of teams that one more egregiously than the other drafted 1st-round running backs in the past.
That's a great point.
Look at this, upstate South Carolina. You know who plays in upstate South Carolina?
USC.
A little college called Upstate Carolina. Yeah. USC Upstate. Yeah. Spartanburg. Let's go Spartans. I got excited there.
Are they the Spartans?
They're in Spartanburg. It has to.
I know they're the Spartans. I know they're in Spartanburg. But is that what's their mascot?
I'm sure it's the Spartans. That just makes sense. It's from It's from the Carolinas. Like, why wouldn't you just be the Spartans? I'm going to come up with something better. Moonshiners?
No, it's something silly, I think. It is the Spartans. You're correct.
I think that's silly in its own. Like, you're in Spartanburg, so you just go Spartans. Yeah. Who wins the Heisman?
You know what else is funny? It took, you want to know how long I was convinced that USC Upstate was in some town called Upstate? It's not. It's actually just the general location. It's Upstate.
This guy threw us for a loop here with this talk because I got excited about college basketball. The Heisman is tricky. So, like, Oklahoma doesn't play this week, which shouldn't be a penalty, but it is. Like, it sucks. I have Stroud tickets. I'm very much cheering for Stroud. I really, really liked what I saw from Michigan State last weekend. But the fact that Stroud gets to put a hammering on a bad Nebraska team that's kind of quit, he needs to put up some stats this week. He needs to put up big stats against Purdue, and then obviously get the wins against the 2 Michigan teams. And then whoever comes out of the West, he needs to put a hurting on them, because championship weekend is you get the polls. They hand out the voting paperwork 2 days before that. And it's not due until after all the championship weekend, conference championship.
You guys vote early, though.
So, some guys do vote early, but a lot of people will wait and see how that looks. So Stroud needs a couple big games against the poopy teams, and obviously needs to beat Michigan. I don't know who like this is a fun year because there are a few guys. It'll be boring if Bryce just ends up winning it.
Who is Ohio State's competition going to be in the Big Ten title game if they get there? Who's winning who's winning the Legends or the who's winning the Legends?
We don't call them that anymore. The Legends and Leaders.
Who's winning the Leaders Conference? Do we know?
What a fucking farce that was. So right now, do you want to know who's leading the Big Ten West?
Is it really Iowa still?
No,
Iowa's wrong. Free falling. Oh,
it is the Minnesota Gophers.
Oh, buddy.
You know how long I've known that,
buddy? 5 seconds.
15 seconds. Yeah, I just pulled that up. The Gophers are somehow 4-1 in conference. Purdue, Wisconsin, and Iowa are all 3-2. The Gophers do have to play Wisconsin and Iowa yet. They should get wins over Illinois and Indiana.
Right. So here's the real breakdown. You ready? It's probably going to go to someone from the Big Ten. It's probably going to be Stroud or KW3 if the Michigan State Spartans continue to win. Spartans were lucky to beat Michigan last weekend. I think that was fortuitous.
Not from Spartanburg. East Lansing, whole different place.
I will say though, they're probably going to be 2 touchdown underdogs to Ohio State when they go head to head. So like if you're betting KW the third, he has the Heisman moment. He has the high profile game where they got the win, where he had all of the stats and the game winning touchdown. So he currently has the moment. But if Stroud puts an ass whooping on Michigan State head to head, Stroud probably is your guy.
And you're right, guys. New York, there are a couple people commenting about that play. The triple, he probably should have pitched the ball there.
Yeah, he should have.
Like, that was a mistake. No, the real answer to the Heisman tweet or the Heisman question is, it's as wide open as we've seen with like 4 or 5 guys. Like legitimately, Corral could still work his way into this with a couple of big games. Bryce, obviously, just the fact that he plays for Bama and could, if you take down that Georgia defense, you get stuff. Yeah, and Dan Corral's probably done. That's because it was your guy. But I mean, he out of the 5, he's probably the lowest probability. But KW3 putting himself, Stroud has 2 games against top 10 teams left where he could, have those Heisman moments. Like he took down, undefeated Michigan State, won at the Big House, won the Big Ten title game. Obviously what we're seeing down in Oklahoma would be big too. Sucks. It does suck for the guys that have Oklahoma. Caleb Williams, he's off. Just they don't play this week. Like it takes away some of the momentum. Momentum's not real in sports, but it certainly is in voting for shit like this. Like that Diggs defensive player of the year momentum, it's going to take a big hit when he sits out with I don't ever cheer for an injury, but once an injury already occurs, I can cheer for it to be worse.
Actually, so a bunch of the awards markets got flipped on their heads yesterday.
To quote Pete Overzet.
What?
It's been flipped on its head.
The bunch got flipped on their heads.
Yeah.
The rushing touchdowns, top rushing yards, both of those were almost certainly Henry. Now up for grabs, probably Taylor's your favorite. I thought we had crowned Brandon Staley Coach of the Year. That's wide open now. The Trayvon Diggs going to miss some time likely. That opens up the door for Myles Garrett to walk right on through, except the Browns need to freaking win some goddamn games. And then MVP market. Do you get Josh Allen being the favorite right now ahead of Stafford and Brady? Is that
I think this is like the whole thing with the Heisman. It's very fluid and there's like 10 weeks left, man.
Like, but why is so okay? So
it could then is it
man? That was exactly what. Okay, you jumped to the conclusion because Josh Allen was bet to oblivion before the season, so they probably have a meaningful liability still built on him. Did you see Mahomes' numbers out to 50-1 for MVP?
This is the best. McCarthy's the favorite at BetOnline right now for Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year.
I remember I made a case
you
for
bet last year. Yeah,
I bet it a little bit last year. The worst part is Kingsbury's second, and legitimately, both these men might be very, very bad coaches. Sean McVay third. I like a lot of things about McVay. This is true of Patrick. How many Patricks do we have now? Jesus. It's a very common name against sports bettors. But if the Saints make the playoffs, I was talking about Sean Payton in a chat earlier. Like, this guy just absolutely, whatever you throw at him, he can take. And because we were talking about what's the downgrade from Jameis to whatever they decide to go with the Saints. And I said, man, like, Sean Payton just does this, though. You can give him whatever. And it's like not some downgrade. He made Teddy Covers what he is. Not that Teddy Covers wasn't Teddy Covers a little, but he really grew that legend when he would fill in. So Sean Payton, as dirty of a cheater and a horrible person as he is, he's
deserves consideration. Yeah,
he deserves some consideration, and he is 10-1 right now in the market there. Zach Taylor shouldn't be in this list.
No, he should not.
What do you think about Sean McDermott though at 8-1? Because if they get their stuff turned around and they take the 1 seed in the AFC, he kind of got stiffed last year. Like, he had a really, really good shot at it, and it was just so much narrative around, oh my God, Cleveland made the playoffs. Like, they haven't done that for a very long time. It was a couple of teams, and I think he was, man, that was about as close as where you should have had a
if you want to bet anything, Bills, that is a no sweat bet, because they're going to be touchdown plus favorites the next 5 weeks.
Yeah.
They get one big game against Tampa Bay, and then they're going to be touchdown plus favorites the last 4 weeks of the season. So of the Bills' remaining 9 games, they are going to be massive chalk in all but one. And the one is one that they'll probably have circled and very, very much care about, which, you may get the best out of them. I could see the Bills finish this season 15-2. I would not be shocked. 14-3 is their most likely finish. 13-4 would be an upset. If they lost 2 games from now until the end of the season, that would be a legitimate shocker. And Josh Allen is a big, healthy boy. So
I'm going to bet this. I do. You've confirmed my biases.
And also, you know what else is going to be? You know what else is going to matter? Like, the next best team is going to be like 12-5. Yeah. Yeah. And there's going to be a big fucking gap. And so the people will give them credit for that.
That second choice in the chat was the under. I don't know if this gets to 28 or 27. It would need to.
The chat was red hot on that under.
Yeah. 4th down. All right. And punt. Run, punt.
I don't even know I don't even know. Have you seen Travis Kelce?
He's not at the game. I don't think he lost his ticket. Couldn't get in. Braves game 6, of course.
Travis Kelce's been targeted 4 times. He has 1 catch for 3 yards. Tyreek Hill has been targeted 13 times. He has 9 catches for 65 yards.
One of those men follows Jackson Mahomes on TikTok. One of those men does not.
Oh.
Think about it. Melbourne Cup punt play. I do not have anything for the Melbourne Cup yet.
Let me tell you what my Melbourne Cup tout I gave me. Hang on a sec.
Honestly, it just the takeout and that is too big. You don't want to bet into that market. It's awful. Go bet Canterbury. 10%.
You can find some fixed odds somewhere with some reasonable vig.
No, not here. Like, you'd have to bet it. You'd have to be at one of the Aussie books.
Hang on. But for sure there's a winner.
Yeah, but you're not getting fixed odds in America for that.
Oh, like, actually, my guy says
Ladbrokes maybe.
My guy says go against the favorite. The favorite is
you're not reading anything.
No, my guy says go against the favorite. He said incentivize. Is that the name of the horse? The favorite, incentivize, says incentivize is wild underlay.
Wow, that's hard. Like, unless you have an Aussie book where you can lay bet, or an exchange where you can just lay bet a favorite, I guess you can take the field, bet them all.
Well,
make some exotics.
Big takeout, you said, so that might not work. Let's see.
Oh my God, this is great. Jackson Mahomes, the new Frank Stallone. All right, I gotta run home. I should go pack. I gotta leave the house here in like 10 hours.
My horse guy, who's actually a gal.
Wow.
Tune into Bet the Edge tomorrow if you want to know who I'm talking about. Says she likes the Chosen One to place. Big price on the Chosen One.
I need to come up with some
Breeders'
like Cup stuff.
Probably like $8 ish to place.
Hey, if you liked the TikTok,
the Chosen One.
If you liked our TikTok we made in the pool in Vegas, get ready for the I have been
Breeders' Cup TikTok.
Get ready for the sequel. Breeders' Cup TikTok.
Delmar TikToking.
We'll see if they'll let us both get on a horse together.
At least the horse statue.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say on this Packers Kansas City look at. I don't know. I still don't make sense of the Chiefs for the most part yet. Like why they just aren't doing the things that always work. Somo bombs. I'll have to ask Somo.
I'm not sure if he captures the Australian stuff.
I think he might be out there too.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely tip some.
If you are in San Diego,
yeah. If you're going to the Breeders' Cup, by all means, you know where to find us.
Be the piss drunk guy in the infield.
On Saturday.
No. On Saturday, I will.
Oh, okay.
Dude, like general admission on Saturday is ridiculous.
It is. It's a big event, man. You're gonna laugh when you see like this is a big event. A lot of people go, and it's a small track. Honestly, it's a small grandstand. It's probably about half capacity of Churchill, maybe less.
I did find my. So you know how you do the Airbnb, and then it's like they don't tell you exactly where it is until like a couple days before they give you the address.
Sure. Yeah.
They gave me the address. The shit is like 2-second walk from the beach. I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited. There's like one building in the way. Walk down a dead end and you're on that path, that bike path right next to the beach.
That's
I'm very pumped to get out there. So
Danny Dimes completion to J. Ross 22 yards. He's gonna get his. I think he's gonna get his yardage total on the passing, not the running. That was way too popular.
All right, I'm gonna go. Dan wants me to watch this video quick.
All right, good luck to everyone and anyone. Hopefully the Chiefs don't F this up. It looks like they're trying to, but we'll check you on Wednesday.